When we enter a new year, we tend to reflect on the past and the decisions and mistakes we made. The mistake I made was thinking Overwatch would change for the better. It actually ended up changing for the worse. You know, I had so many people comment under my video stuff like, I quit Overwatch and became happier. And I thought it was jokes to make fun of how awful Overwatch has really become. But then Marvel Rivals comes out and takes all my time and attention. And I can, without a shadow of a doubt, say this has been the happiest I've ever been. I feel like a stupid ass kid being gifted anything dinosaur related on his birthday. I've been stuck on Overwatch since 2016, before competitive was even a thing, and I'm finally free. And with this new year, I want to reflect on all the decisions Overwatch made that made me quit personally. Before we start, I advise all of you to comment your biggest gripe with the game and what ruined the game for you. A bunch of Overwatch glazers are going to call this doom posting to get views, but to shut those dumbasses down, I like to point out that my past 2 Marvel Rivals videos did better than my past 4 Overwatch videos. So I'm doing this as my last fuck you to Overwatch, from Bobby Kotick to the balance team to the janitors that cleaned Activision Blizzard headquarters. Marvel Rivals saved me, and seeing that both my videos did well, I don't see me ever playing Overwatch again. And even for this video talking about Overwatch, you're gonna see Marvel Rivals gameplay because I can't muster up the energy to even load up that game. I don't only want to enjoy Marvel Rivals, but I want to enjoy Marvel Rivals kill Overwatch and leave the Overwatch devs on the corner begging for spare change so they can feed their families for doing what they did to this game. Let's start off here. Overwatch for making a pointless sequel. This sequel removed a lot, and I mean a lot, of in-game features from Overwatch 1, looking for groups, less maps because someone with brain damage decided to make map pools in the beginning of Overwatch 2. They removed the on fire system, which they didn't add back until like season 93. They removed end cards, which was really a bitch because it gave me less time to tell my teammates how their life is meaningless. We got way less skins in Overwatch 2 than we did in Overwatch 1 graveyard seasons. Oh yeah, and doubly you for the ranking system we got in Overwatch 2. Made it the most unserious competitive game mode with the addition of the card system. You had plat Overwatch 1 players reaching Grandmaster with ease. And lo and behold, they had to revert it back to what it was in Overwatch 1 because for the 1 trillionth time, the only good change they make is bringing back Overwatch 1 features. Oh right, and the biggest blunder of them all, the biggest thing they took from us. Drum roll please. 1 tank. And look what they recently tweeted out. 2 + 2 + 2 equals a great time with your favorite friends. It's almost like they realize 6v6 is the fundamentally better format for the game and something we've been saying for 2 fucking years now. And you for killing the game we loved to make this shitty ass sequel. The Blizzard fanboys who were constantly in my comment section on their knees for a billion-dollar company. It was excuse after excuse after excuse. We stopped getting content for 3 years and kept getting recycled events. It's clearly because they're working on Overwatch 2. Wow, the Overwatch 2 beta dropped and people realize it's the same game but 10 times shittier? Are you dumb? It's just a beta. Wow, the game released and it's the same watered down dog shit as the beta? What are you talking about? We got 3 new heroes and 3 new maps. Stop complaining. Wow, now said watered down shitty cash grab remake is getting review bombed on Steam. It's cause all the doomer content creators complaining. They're locking overpowered heroes like Iati and Malga behind the battle pass and still have a brain dead balance team. It's the higher ups. The devs are the victims here. The balance team for always turning a blind eye to Widow being broken for 8 years. Like, for those of you that don't think Widow is broken, let's just look at Black Widow from Marvel Rivals, a sniper that can't one-shot, yet is still viable in high ranks and still sometimes oppressive. Now imagine how broken she would be if she could one-shot while having maps where she's basically untouchable. And now you have Widowmaker. And Marvel Rivals is way more fast-paced than 5v5 Overwatch, so add in that factor too. Yet this balance team will continue to bounce around stats and see that Timmy the Gold Widowman will cry if she gets nerfed. Seriously, this balance team. I hope they all end up homeless and choke on a fat 8-inch cock. Widowmaker is the reason why I couldn't keep playing Overwatch. When they nerfed Sombra, which was the necessary evil to keep Widow in check, and then proceed to not nerf Widow, you nerf Widow's biggest counter that kept her in check, even though she was still broken with Sombra being, you know, having permanent invis, and then you nerf Sombra's permanent invis, and then Widow, who was broken before that nerf, doesn't get touched. Matter of fact, they gave her 225 HP in the 6v6 game mode. Reminder, she was 175 health in Overwatch 1. Fuck the balance team for always keeping Genji bottom tier and never buffing him, and when he does become meta, he gets nerfed within 2 weeks, and it's happened twice. Have Sojourn dominate for the first 4 seasons of Overwatch 2, have Widow be dominant for 8 years straight, turn a blind eye. But when Genji is meta, that's when they have to step in and immediately nerf him. The funniest example of this is Sojourn ruining the early seasons of Overwatch 2, but with every nerf, she got a compensation buff, so no matter what, she stayed strong. But then there's Genji, who was also strong at the release of Overwatch 2 because of the DPS passive where you got a speed boost after every kill. So then Genji got nerfed accordingly, then they took out the DPS passive, you know, the thing that made him strong, and he got no compensation buffs and was left in the gutter ever since. The balance team recently came out and said that the reason he doesn't get any buffs is because that's their decision, and their vision is to keep him where he's at, which is another way of saying our vision of Genji is that he remains one of the worst characters in the fucking game. The balance team for also making supports so insanely broken because a Silver Mercy main was crying about dying because of their shitty fucking positioning. I've been preaching this for forever now. Support is a brain dead role full of boosted players. It's basically DPS 2.0, but they can heal themselves and become immortal, and it's a domino effect from, guess what? Oh yeah, 5v5, because you have one less tank to protect you. At least that's what the argument was for support players back in the early seasons of Overwatch 2, and the devs listen because they're brain dead, and now support is the most popular role, and it takes me like fucking 15 minutes to find a game. Fuck you for locking heroes behind a battle pass for most of Overwatch 2. Hey guys, you guys know Malga, right? The hero all you low elo players complain about, or everyone complains about him, to be honest, and then high elo players complain about Yachty. You know those two broken heroes? Can you guys believe there was a time where they were locked behind a battle pass, and you know, so it's basically pay to win. Speaking of that, fuck you for the shitty monetization system, reselling Overwatch 1 skins, or simply recoloring them. Fuck you for not being able to balance open queue and fix goats. You try to do hero bans, but it was random heroes every week that would be banned instead of how my glorious and precious Marvel Rivals does it, where the players get to pick who gets banned. Oh yeah, and then you took it away because the stupid bitch ass Mercy mains cried when their hero got banned, and they bullied you guys to remove the hero pool system. But if hero bans were a thing, then goats wouldn't have been a thing, and we'd still have open queue instead of roll queue, aka sit in a queue, and then you couldn't balance 2 tanks and double shield because your balance team had the IQ of a turtle, so you make it 5v5 despite all the pros telling you how incredibly bad of a decision it would be. 5v5 completely killed the Overwatch League alongside my will to live. Oh, and speaking of that, the creators for being little fence sitters because they want to keep receiving good boy treatment from the devs instead of actually trying to cause change for the good. They just become little yes men, and maybe I'm overestimating the effect creators have, but if these cocksuckers actually stood up and made videos telling the truth and how they feel about 5v5, then at the very least I think we would have got the 6v6 test earlier and not when fucking Marvel Rivals is out. Because keep in mind, I had no interest or hype for Marvel Rivals, but I decided to play it on release and instantly fell in love with it and made me not give 2 fucks about the 6v6 playtest. Oh yeah, and those same creators, guess where they are now? Oh, that's right, playing Marvel Rivals. A lot of people got mad at me for flaming them, but they were yes men to this dev team for years so they can cash in on the good boy treatment, and then they go leave to play another game, leaving us with this dev team who was caught in an echo chamber of yes men sucking their fucking dick, kissing their ass, telling them how good 5v5 was just because they didn't want to bite the hand that feeds them. Fuck the dev who cried on Twitter about Marvel Rivals copying Overwatch with Black Widow even though they're nothing alike. The only thing they share in common is that they're snipers, but one's balanced and fair while the other is completely broken and ruins the game. Like, genuinely, I hope that person that tweeted that alongside Aaron Keller, alongside Alec Dawson, or whoever's in charge of balance gets fucking curb stomped. Genuinely, fucking idiots are gonna keep looking at stats and see, well, Widow is doing bad in gold ranks, so she's underperforming and that's why we won't nerf her. Yes, I'm more harsh with this one because Widow is wholeheartedly my 13th reason. Absolutely game-breaking character, and I want to give the Marvel Rivals dev team head for actually making a balanced sniper. The hit scan sniper that's easier to land shots can't one shot, but the sniper that's projectile, thus making it harder to land headshots, can one shot. And he doesn't even need to get nerfed because if you don't want to play against him, you can just fucking ban him in competitive. Fuck you for catering to your bitch made community. Example, One Tricks got rid of the hero bans because when One Tricks got their heroes banned, they'd cry. Meanwhile, Marvel Rivals gives no fucks. They said y'all bitches ain't getting roll queue, and alongside hero bans, it's basically insinuating that, hey dumbasses, how about you actually become flexible and not stick to one hero or role? It's a system that makes it so if you want to rank up, you have to become versatile. Speaking of your bitch made community, community, let's talk about your report system where I can get banned for simply typing fuck you or you suck. Yes, let's ban players for trying to win and be competitive in a competitive mode, which now leads to nobody talking in VC because anybody can just abuse the insanely strict report system and get you comp banned. I haven't played Overwatch in a while, but didn't they make it to where like endorsement level 1 players can't talk in VC at all? I mean, what kind of shit is that? They implement all these strict features that are supposed to combat toxicity, but it actually punishes the good apples because the bad apples can just keep creating new accounts over and over again. There should be no such thing as a strict reporting system in a competitive online game, because if your pussy truly gets hurt, how about you just press the fucking mute or block button, huh? Oh yeah, fuck you for giving the same characters skins, Kiriko and Reinhardt. Fuck you for never doing a hard MMR reset and always doing a soft SR reset, leaving all the boosted players stay in a rank they shouldn't be, because you know if you do a hard MMR reset, all the gold players who took 5 years to hit diamond are gonna cry. Just look at it like this. I knew the SR reset was a joke when I can lose all my placement games and still end up where I was the previous season. Great fucking system, guys. Dude, it's just, oh my god, it's so amazing. Fuck you for making support so incredibly broken. I already said this, but like, again, seriously, you making characters like Iati, where she has a fucking turret play the game for her while she does more damage than Cassidy. Kiri and Iati's headshots do just the same damage as Genji's blade. Bap has immort, self-heal, mobility, and does more damage than 90% of the DPS cast. And like, seriously, just fuck everyone at Blizzard. Truly, like, you guys killed the game I loved and drove it into the dirt. I am not only gonna swap to Marvel Rivals fully, but I'm gonna wish on your game's downfall because you did it to yourselves. You played yourselves. All these shitty ass decisions you guys make, I'm genuinely done with it. When I seen their head of balance say that Widow is underperforming, that's when I've had enough. I'm done with that game. I've been playing it since Overwatch 1 before competitive was even a game mode. 8 straight years of loyalty, but I've reached my breaking point. I found a new passion, a new game that makes me excited and happy to hop on it every day to play. Not a game that makes me feel dead inside and makes me want to fucking myself. Again, from the bottom of my heart, I can't stress this enough. From the deepest bottom of my heart, fuck the devs, fuck the balance team, fuck the higher ups, everyone at Blizzard. This has been my last Overwatch video. Most likely I will be streaming and uploading specifically Marvel Rivals from now on, so don't expect any more Overwatch content, whether it's rants, whether it's whatever. The game is dead to me.